Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on this look. I said a long time ago I would do the cool tones in this palette. This is the Smashbox Holiday palette. So I did the purple and silver look in this palette. I also did this as a voiceover because I'm kind of in a rush, so I didn't want to have to sit down and explain everything. I wanted to be able to say it later. So this is a voiceover. If you don't like those videos, you should just click out now. But if you do want me to do more voiceovers, let me know. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. Okay, so first I'm going to go in with my Smashbox Primerizer to moisturize and prime my face. Then I'm going to go in with this Hourglass foundation stick. I am in the shade Porcelain. Then to buff this out, I'm going to use the Morphe M439 brush. And then spray it with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus just to make it easier to buff out. Then for my concealer, I use two concealers. I use the Kat Von D Lock-It because it's more orange-ish pink tone to cover my dark circles. And then I use the Tarte Shape Tape to help brighten my under eyes. Then to help buff this out, I'm going to try the IT Cosmetics Velvet Luxe Plush Foundation brush. I did notice I don't really like this foundation for liquids. I like it better for powders. I'm going to use this Morphe sponge to buff this out just because I didn't like the other brush. Then I'm going to use the Kat Von D Lock-It Set powder. I don't know what it's called. And I'm going to use that same brush and just flip it over to buff it out. I'm going in with this Morphe E41 brush to basically set the rest of my face with the same powder. For my brows, I'm going to be using this by the Brow Gal. It's just their convertible brow in number 2. For my bronzer, I'm going to use this Tarte Park Avenue Princess in the shade Princess Cut. And then the brush I'm going to be using is the Morphe R2 brush. Then to clean up the mess we just made, I'm going to use this Morphe E47 with the light shades in this palette. And then I know this is a palette you can't get anymore, but this is the Anastasia Nicole Guerrero palette. I'm just going to use a mixture of all 3 of these bottom shadows. I take the 2 gold tones and I put them on, and then I take the white colored and I put that on the high points of every spot that I put the highlighter. And then to set all that powder, I use the MAC Fix Plus just to make it look better. And then dab it out with the Morphe sponge. Now for the Smashbox palette. So I'm going to first go in with the lightest shade right here as just a base for all over my eyelid. I'm going to take this next lightest shade right here and put that as my beginning transition shade. I don't show you it, but the brush I'm using is the M504 to blend this out. The next shade I'm going to use is this light purple shade, and honestly you could probably just start with this shade instead of how I did it, but I also like the gradient it looks with that other shade. The brush I was using was the Morphe M518. Then I'm going to take this deep purple shade and put that in the outer V. I used the Morphe M433 to do that. For my lid color, I'm going to go in with this silver-ish shade. It's not a true silver, but it's more like a deep silver. And I try to use the Morphe M213, which is this tiny, tiny brush. And then I did end up spraying it with MAC Fix Plus just because I couldn't get enough payoff. After that, I just kind of keep going back in with that dark purple just to kind of blend it all out. And then for my lower lash line, I just basically did the opposite and took the light purple on the bottom and then took the darkest purple shade really close to my eyelash. And I don't know why I said opposite, I meant the same. Then I'm going to go in with this MAC Nylon to highlight my inner corner and my brow bone. For mascara, I use this sample of the Lancome Mongerie Big, I think is how you say it. And I just wanted to show you how big you can get your lashes. That was the first application. And now I'm going to go in with the second. And you'll see they get really big. This is why I don't normally use false lashes. Then I'm going to go in with the Tarte Melted in the shade Holy Chic, which was way too light pink for me. The shade is pretty, I just feel like it didn't go with this eye look very well and not on my skin tone. So to fix this shade problem, I went in with the Bare Minerals lip gloss in the shade Sugar over top of it. It still doesn't look the greatest with it, but it's good enough. And of course, you have to have a dance party when you're done. Okay, so this is the final look. I really like the purple shades. The silver one, where is it? There it is. I really like the silver shade, but I also don't like it. So I like it because it's a different kind of silver, like it's a more grungy silver. I have some that are like just straight silver. So I like the color, but I don't like the payoff. So when I would just want it more natural, it is really pretty, but even when I sprayed it with the Fix Plus, it didn't get very intense, as you can see, and I would have liked that more. So if you like it as a subtle, you'll like that shade. But that's all I have for this video, so thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one.